then changed my mind, deciding it'd be keeler to see their excited little dog and cat faces face to face. After that, I played 19 games of Future Rat Boy on my Fico's Gameoid to celebrate. Then I brushed my teeth with my Future Rat Boy toothbrush, got into my Future Rat Boy pyjamas, and snuggled up underneath my Future Rat Boy duvet to go to sleep. "Wait till Bunky and Nancy hear," I whispered to my cuddly Future Rat Boy, and I squeezed his fat little belly and waited for him to speak. "What in the name of UNKEELNESS?" he screeched, and I remembered me saying the exact same words to Bunky outside Fico's that afternoon. "What if Bunky does fancy Nancy?" I yawned, and I squeezed his belly again. "Pukesville-a-rama!" he screeched, as I nodded off to sleepy poos. Kangaroo Jacket. It was the next morning, and I was sitting on my own in our classroom at school. I usually meet Bunky at the end of my road and skateboard to school with him, but for some reason today I'd completely missed him. "Morning, Barold," said Darren Darrenofsky, wobbling through the door, slurping on a can of Frunkel. He took his jacket off and hung it on my nose. "Be a loser and look after that," he burped, just as I spotted a sticker of a kangaroo doing a thumbs up stuck on his jumper. Our teacher, Miss Spivak, had started giving out scratch and sniff stickers to people for being well behaved, and even though I'd been a good little Barry for about 9 trillion days in a row, I still didn't have one. "How in the name of loserness did you get that?" I said, because Darren's the baddest behaved person in the whole class. "I peeled it off Gordon Smuggley's jumper when he wasn't looking," grinned Darren, giving the sticker a scratch, and I breathed in through my nostrils to see if it really did smell of kangaroo, not that I could smell anything apart from the inside of Darren's jacket, which actually did stink a bit like a kangaroo I'd smelled at Wogden Zoo once. "That's not fair," I said, standing up and waggling my nose, and Darren's jacket flew off my nose into Miss Spivak's bin. "Oh, what a lovely strong nose you have, Pazza," said an annoying voice, and I spotted Sharonella sitting down at the table next to me, stinking of perfume. All of a non-sudden, Miss Spivak walked into the classroom with Honk the class parrot on her shoulder. "I saw that," she squawked. "I'm watching you, loser." "But," I said, starting to explain how it was all Darren's fault for hanging his kangaroo jacket on my nose, but Miss Spivak wasn't listening. "I'll never get a scratch and sniff sticker now," I whisper-shouted to Darren, and Sharonella reached over and scratched my earlobe. "You smell nice enough already, Bazza," she smiled, sniffing her finger, and I was just about to tell her how much she stank when Bunky and Nancy walked through the door. Something wrong with Bunky. "Morn, Keels," I said, grinning at them. I was so excited to tell them they were coming to Plonkton, I wasn't even annoyed that they'd walked to school together instead of with me. "Hi, Barry," said Bunky, smiling at Nancy, who was wearing a scratch and sniff sticker of a mushroom doing a thumbs up she'd got for being the best at spelling. I looked at my half-dog, half-best friend and wrinkled my forehead. There was something about him that didn't make sense. I Future Rat Boy zoomed my eyes in and tried to work out what it was. His trainers looked normal, all scuffed up and stinking of foot cheese like they always did. His legs were just his boring old legs, standing there with the rest of him balancing on top of them. And his nose, ears, eyes and mouth were dotted around on his head in pretty much the right places. "What else is there?" I mumbled, scratching my head with my fingers, which were on the end of my hand, which was on the end of my arm. And that's when it hit me. Bunky was holding a book. Goody Goody Bunky. What is that?" I stuttered. The whole time I'd known Bunky, I'd never seen him even look at a book, and now he was carrying a pink one with a picture of a kitten on it. "Weird, isn't it?" chuckled Nancy, prodding Bunky like she was checking to see if he was real. "It's not his, of course." She slid the book out from under Bunky's arm and put it down on her desk. "He said he wanted to carry it for me. I honestly don't know what's got into him recently." She smiled. "Nothing's got in."